Wow, I feel really zoomed in comparison to you.
And we are live. You feel what compared to me?
I feel really zoomed in. Because there's
Zoomed
no
in?
way I'm really taller than you. Unless the camera's tilted. Yeah,
Uh,
see, look.
It's a little bit tilted.
Okay, it's a little...
If you look at the background, you can see that the background's like that.
We're just going to say that I'm taller than you this week.
I'll just sit like this.
I bet I can slouch further.
Good evening. Hope you had a good weekend.
Or good morning if you're watching it.
And a good Thanksgiving. Yeah, if you're watching it tomorrow.
Yeah. And a great Black Friday. Amazing Cyber Monday. I got more holidays than you.
Yeah, you did.
Did you buy anything amazing?
I had the weekend.
Yeah.
I did not buy anything amazing or anything unamazing.
Really? Oh.
I didn't buy anything.
Ooh.
Even though I probably needed a new laptop. If you haven't seen my laptop, it's massive. It's heavy.
So,
It's old.
I know where you can buy one that's soda proof. It's Coca-Cola proof.
Your shop?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
As long as I tilt it on the side quick enough. For those of you who missed it, last week he had a little bit of a spill incident,
Little spill.
but quickly fixed it. So,
Waterproof.
all's well that ends well. Ish.
Everything I bought this weekend wasn't on sale. It was just
Really?
like normal things I needed. So
Even those hard drives?
not
That
on
was the
sale.
normal price?
That was the normal price. I almost want to pull it up to show you.
Yeah, we're not doing any kind of Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals because Black Friday's gone and Cyber Monday's pretty much gone.
By the time you see it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But Jake got a really good deal on hard drives. He got an 8 terabyte hard drive.
Ooh, I might have lied a bit. All right, so we're going to do this.
Is it 8 terabyte hard drive or 4?
8?
8 terabyte hard drive for just over $100, like $120.
How can we...
Hide addresses.
Yeah. Can we just do like a zoom? This isn't going to work, is it? Oh, it might. Is that going to be good? That should work.
Yeah.
That's close enough, right?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
So this is an external hard drive, which means generally it has a USB port. You plug the USB port into the computer. You can move it around, do whatever.
There it is.
Or you can break open the enclosure and just take the hard drive out and use it as a regular hard drive.
Yeah, that's my plan.
And the thing is, for the external hard drive, it costs $120, whereas an actual internal hard drive, same thing, just without the enclosure, would cost more.
Without the enclosure, the USB cable, or the power adapter.
For some reason,
Yeah, it's
that costs more.
ridiculous. So I have a little plug-in down here. And it shows you price history.
Is that camel?
No,
Something
Keepa.
else?
So here's the dates. We're in the way.
I can move us out of the way.
There's the dates down here. So you can see that normally it's $139.99. And then we had a little drop down here for some reason. We're going to scroll down a little bit farther. Back in November 20th. And then went back up. And then it shot way up so that they could do the discount price.
Oh.
That's probably what that was for. Because it went from 153 down to 118.
Yep.
So it did go from 139 to 119. So $20 off. And yeah, it did drop on Friday. And it'll probably go back up Tuesday morning. But
Yep.
Got a few of these.
8 terabytes is quite a bit of storage.
It's a good number.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I did it is it was the best gig per penny.
Gotcha. Yeah. Do you already have a server to put it in?
Kind of.
With enough SATA ports?
With enough SATA ports. I have 2 RAID cards that I've just owned.
How are those connected to the...
PCIe.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
you exchange your PCIe port for 4 SATAs.
4 SATA? Okay. And you probably already have like 4 SATAs on the... 4 or 6 SATAs on the
I think it's 6.
motherboard? Yeah. Nice. Get a lot of storage in that way.
Yeah, but otherwise, didn't really get anything amazing. Lots of Christmas gifts. No
Well, you
offense
did
to
get a lot of other stuff. We'll talk about the other stuff later on.
So I've owned that other stuff.
The
for,
project
like,
update.
since we started streaming.
Oh, you have?
I think so. Right?
Okay, you just started working on it more?
I've owned it since because
I know you've owned this a long time. Oh, gotcha.
And there's just been sitting in a closet.
We'll go over that a little bit later. You've got something to look forward to.
So now you got me curious real fast. You want to get announced topics? I want to find when I got
Yep.
those switches.
So a few other things that we have. YouTube is changing how it moderates violent video game content. It could be interesting. Apple's in a butterfly keyboard class action lawsuit. So the butterfly keyboard is Apple's laptop keyboard, and it's been having some issues. We'll talk about that.
August 23rd. So no, I've not owned them very long.
Okay. 2-3 months.
I've known a long time for them to be sitting in a box.
Yeah. We've got Pablo Escobar's brother's company. Yes, that Pablo Escobar. His brother's company is releasing an affordable folding smartphone, which actually is pretty affordable.
So I haven't looked
We'll see if it actually comes out.
I haven't looked at the pictures. So I kind of want to do it live on stream.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the price point it's at.
Yeah, it's going
willing
to
to spend
be
the extra money
interesting
if it's a good.
if it actually doesn't just break on the first week. Yeah, which if it's going to be cheaper, that's
something has to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with a smartphone without a camera if that saves me $300.
I wouldn't do that. But I don't know.
Oh.
In this case, you don't have to make that choice because it does have 2 cameras, but
At least it doesn't have 6.
yeah. Let's see. Putin signed a law making Russian apps mandatory on smartphones and computers.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Can't wait for that to come to the States.
Windows 10, turn on system restore points, lots of boot loops.
It'll save you a lot of money from having to see me.
If you don't know what a boot loop is, it's bad.
You'll
We'll talk
find
about
out
that.
soon.
Facebook lets you export photos to Google Photos, although there are questions about the quality.
These questions are from me. Because Facebook does some pretty funky compression stuff.
Gotcha.
And so
That
I'm
is
curious
YouTube.
on how it would affect your photos. Do you really want to export them?
Have you seen the YouTube video? I think it was by Marcus Brownlee.
About re-uploading it down?
Yeah, 100. Was it 100 or 1,000 times?
1,000. I couldn't imagine sitting there. He had to have paid somebody else to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Unless there's some way that he scripted it.
He probably paid someone else to script it.
We can talk about this once we get to the Facebook exporting
Yep.
photos, blah, blah, blah. FBI warns people that smart TVs can be used to monitor you and hackers may be able to watch you.
And this came out just like recently because of the Black Friday sales.
Oh, gotcha. Even though that was already kind of a concern.
Yeah, but now it's like official from the FBI that people are watching you through your TV, which makes it creepy.
The government said it, so it must be true.
Well, we all know it's true.
Yeah.
So finally,
Yeah.
the government said it.
Yeah. Just kill Windows 7 already.
Microsoft is extending the security updates for everybody. They're not.
Didn't
killing
they already extend it multiple times?
Yeah, and it was going to be killed January 20,
Wow.
2020. And now they just announced extension again.
You guys are good to go for another little while.
Another 20 years or something.
True Dialogue left your SMS on the internet for anyone to view. No idea what True Dialogue is.
So
I
it's
do know what SMS is.
You know what it is?
Kind of. Text messaging. Don't know what it
Oh.
actually stands for. Probably
Uh,
simple messaging service or something.
Oh, man, I used to know what it was. It's not service. Oh, man.
It's going to be something messaging system.
No, it's not messaging. It's.
Oh. I have it here. So I'll give you some hints.
You
remember what Twitter was originally intended for? And why there were limits to the length of a tweet?
Short message. Short. It's not short. Oh, simple. No,
It's not simple.
it's not short.
Well,
It is short.
it is short.
Short messaging? There's no way.
Yeah.
Really?
Not system.
Super califragilisticexpialidocious.
System's pretty close. Short message service.
Service.
Yeah.
I would have never got that. I thought it was something completely different.
Yeah, I was also completely wrong. You were closer than I was with. Well, you at least knew I was wrong.
Yeah.
And then
for the wrong reason. No.
yeah. And then finally we have project update.
Somebody does stuff around here.
Yeah. We may have another project coming up, but we're not going to talk about it tonight.
We're totally doing it though.
Okay,
There's-
sounds good. Yeah.
I've already got the money put up for it. So YouTube is changing how it moderates violent video game content.
Yes. So I honestly didn't read over this article. It's from Polygon.
It makes two of us.
Yeah. But the title was interesting, and it concerns YouTube, which, let's face it, you're probably watching us on YouTube right now, if you're watching us at all.
It's definitely not Instagram Live.
Nope. Could be his Twitch channel, could be his Mixer channel, but let's face it, you're on my channel, so.
Oh, that's too true. So from the quick little read that we did on it, you did on it.
Yep.
Looks like that they're gonna back off of what they were saying, and that now they're allowing video game content with gore.
Yes.
As long as it's not like just a gore show where it's just showing multiple.
Yes. So if you're playing a
happenings.
violent video game that includes some gore, that will be okay. Whereas if it's just a video showing gore, it would not be okay. So when I first read the article, well, when I read the word restricted, originally I thought that meant taken off YouTube.
Yep.
Which was not the case. So if you go up to the top of the article, underneath the main title, it says, if showcasing gore isn't the main reason for the video, violent video game content will no longer get restricted. So when I read that first line, I thought that would be a good thing because it means that some violent video games won't be immediately taken off YouTube. But as I read further down the article, it seems like there will be less age restrictions added to the video.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kind
in a way.
of.
So I think it's probably a good idea to have videos like that with an age restriction.
I'm okay
flag.
with age restrictions.
Yes, because that's different than not allowing it on YouTube at all.
Yep.
Because I'm fine with it being allowed on YouTube, but I'm also fine with it being age restricted. So I think what they're really doing is peeling back that age restriction from the violent videos.
So would you be okay with Google, or not Google in this case, YouTube, having you verify your age instead of just putting in I'm a 21?
Just say that, yeah.
Like you have to upload a copy of your driver's license or a legal form of ID to create an account?
It's a toss-up because on the one hand, it's not like they're violating your privacy without you knowing.
Yeah.
Because you're knowingly uploading those documents.
Because then any kid can go on and create an account that's under 21. So
which currently is the way that it is, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So, and there's no real way for parents to stop kids because if they want on YouTube, they're going to get on YouTube. There's
a decent way to do it might be, so your identification is through the government already.
Yep.
Right? A decent way to do it, now that I'm thinking about it, could be some kind of third-party authentication with the government.
Okay.
So you know how you can sign into apps using your Google account?
Yes.
And the other application, the third-party application, doesn't actually get your Google sign-in information.
Yep.
They just get some kind of
Google's
third-party,
thumbs up. Yeah.
something from Google saying this is the actual user of the account.
Okay.
A decent way to do it might be for the government to have some kind of third-party.
Yeah. And then we could probably have like a social scoring system.
Yeah, that's the only issue, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because, yeah.
But I don't know if
could
I
see
would necessarily
both ends of
upload
it.
my...
You see, I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But then the problem is I'm also over 21. So, like, why do I care?
Yeah.
But then, like, if I was in charge of people under 21 and I didn't want them watching YouTube for some reason, then it would be very aggravating that there's no way for me to stop it.
Yeah.
Because nothing's going to prevent them from going to the library, creating an account, and then watching in the library. Like,
Yeah.
they can just go on any computer anywhere.
Yeah. That's a good question.
That's a major problem.
Yeah, because the thing with the age restriction is anyone can create an account. So really, this step doesn't actually do
It just
anything.
prevents
It just
people from watching it for 5 minutes.
until they can make a new account. Now, this article does say that real world violence, gore, blood will still not be allowed. It'll be either age restricted or, in a lot of cases, probably taken off YouTube, which I think that's probably good.
So here's a curious one. I watch motorcycle crash videos, educational crash videos.
Yeah.
From Dan the Fireman.
Yeah.
It's great if you want to watch because he'll show the original video on the motorcyclist crashing, and then he'll go back step by step and said, this is what they did wrong, this is what they did right, here's what they should have done.
Here's how you can avoid this
super
situation.
Educational.
Yeah.
I find it very helpful because like one motorcyclist was riding on the highway and there was a PVC pole across the entire lane, and the car in front of it popped the PVC pole up, and when it came back down, it fell down where the motorcycle was already swerving to go around it, and so he straightened back up his bike, lifted up his butt, and just
bumped over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like one of those things, like if I was riding down the road and all of a sudden there was a PVC pole at my tire.
And you've never thought about it. Yeah.
I would have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
It's one of those that he's showing you real world examples. But then on the other side, you have people on motorcycles going down at 70 miles an hour without gear on. And he shows you the road rashes.
Yeah.
And they're not clean.
Yeah.
And he's always, everybody's like, YouTube's going to demonetize this video. I'm not going to make any money from it. Please support me. Every video.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, there should be exceptions. But how do you manage that?
Yeah. It's really hard to do for YouTube.
Because
it does put YouTube in a bad
and even like the double-sided sword for him, it's like he's showing it the educational way, but someone
to help people.
Yeah. Someone can go back, chop all of his videos to just the gore falling down parts, upload it, and you're like, ta-da! And then YouTube's not going to know the difference between the two.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious on how to make it A-okay.
Yeah.
So there's not... I'm glad I don't have to make the decision.
Yeah, right? Like, people give YouTube a lot of crap, and a lot of it's probably deserved, but they also are in a tough situation.
Where they
there's so much content uploaded to YouTube
that there's
every hour that
they could hire the entire state that we live in and still not have enough people monitoring.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it like 100 hours every minute or something?
It's a lot. So that's why a lot of this stuff is automated on YouTube's end. And it's hard to...
300 hours every 5 minutes is 2017.
Wow. And it's hard for something that's automated to have exceptions like that, you know?
Because then that's where you would have to have people exceptions to channels instead of...
Yeah.
But then those channels have to be much bigger than what he is. You're talking billions.
Yeah.
Big numbers. I'm glad I'm not YouTube. That's that article.
Yeah.
You know else I'm glad not to be?
Apple?
Apple. Glad not to be Apple.
So do you know what a butterfly switch actually is? Like the geometries and the mechanics behind it?
I understand how they work. I don't understand technically how they work.
Yeah. So I've heard...
the scissor switch works like this.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
And the butterfly switch works like the other way. So
yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. So I had no idea. I've heard butterfly switch all the time when people are talking about Apple keyboards and how either great or bad the butterfly switch is. Because I use a MacBook every day, pretty much. Not my choice, but hey, I don't hate it actually. But
so instead of them crossing, they just don't.
Yep. Can you show that image there?
There we go.
So you can see there in the top right, we've got the scissor switch on the left, right?
Yep, scissors here.
Which is like an X, and it goes down. Whoosh, whoosh. It depresses whenever you press the key. And then you've got the butterfly switch on the right, which is more like a V shape, and it goes down like whoosh, that whenever you press the key. And apparently there's an issue, I guess, with dust and debris getting underneath the Apple like V-shaped butterfly keys.
Yeah.
And that's where the issue is. And
so
Apple's
there's
now
how
in.
scissors
Yep.
work.
There you go.
I don't think we're going to find one for butterfly.
And both of these, I believe, have the, what do you call it? The cone. Like
the silicon dome.
Yeah, silicone dome.
Yeah, so there's the butterfly. And you can see right there where the like preventative wall is to hold the dust and dirt out. Just the way it gets pushed down like that just cracks it. And then you got dirt under your keys.
And now Apple is in a lawsuit over these key switches.
Good.
And I guess the lawsuit's mainly around Apple not providing an effective fix, because the keyboards they're using to replace the keyboards that have this issue also have this issue.
Yep. So do you have a mechanical keyboard on your desktop?
Yes.
Do you know what keycap you use?
At home, I have blues,
Oh, me too, actually.
which are super loud.
I love them.
And then at work, I have browns.
Yep. So I'm okay with thick laptops. I would be okay with a laptop with a mechanical key switch with a real spring and everything. So yeah, instead of it being like pieces of plastic flexing with a dome under it, these have real springs with like a little piston on the inside. Not piston, I guess is the wrong word, but a little piece of plastic to hold the spring in its space.
Okay, yeah.
But then most of them are dual contact sensors. So even if one sensor gets dirty and fails, there's a second one.
Okay, so like they'd have one on the left side there and one on the right? Is that how that would
believe
work?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Mechanical key switch.
Generally, mechanical key switches are on like an external keyboard, like a standalone keyboard. There are probably some laptops that have them, but since they're bigger, bulkier, and probably a little bit more expensive, although I don't really know that that's the case, they're generally not on a laptop.
They're bigger and bulkier, I think is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to... I don't know the word to look up to find it. But yeah, I believe that they have two contacts.
Me personally, I would prefer to have a lower profile laptop. If I'm going to have a laptop, especially after having the MacBook, it's so light and so thin.
Do you like it because it's so light and thin?
I do actually, yeah. And it's a top of the line laptop too.
That might make a big difference.
Yeah, so this laptop is big and bulky. The keys are fine, but it has less performance than the Apple laptop and is so much bulkier.
Okay.
Probably twice the weight of the Apple
Easily
laptop.
twice the weight.
So if I was to get another laptop, it'd be something that's much lower profile, more similar to the Apple laptop.
Okay.
But definitely not an Apple laptop because they're so expensive. So expensive.
Yeah. No kidding. I don't have anything else to say about their keys.
Yeah.
Just...
Hey, hop on that lawsuit if you got one.
Yeah, you know how many MacBooks I own.
Yeah. Get like your $20 from that class action lawsuit.
Yeah. Digital Trends has our next one.
Yes. So honestly, I couldn't find anything about this phone on any of our normal news sites.
What kind of ad was that? Okay.
I don't know. Which
it was very weird.
Yeah, the only places I was able to find an article about this phone was on Digital Trends, TMZ, Escobar Incorporated website, and then some other website that I've never heard of. So I'm not going to speak for its reputability or whatever you call it.
So I'm not buying this phone.
But this is a $349 foldable smartphone made by Pablo Escobar. Yes, that Pablo Escobar's brother, Roberto.
This looks terrible.
What looks terrible about it?
That.
The way that it doesn't fold down flat?
Yeah. Or even close. It looks like a money clip.
It does look like a money clip.
It looks exactly like a money clip.
It doubles as a wallet.
I guess it could. So one thing, I think, does it do that? I think this side is shorter than this side from the look of this.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that what it's
looks
happening?
right.
No, it's okay. It's just a long edge. So that's part of the front.
Gotcha. So
I
with
thought the
camera
back
sensors,
was,
that kind of thing?
Yeah, I thought the back was poking out, so it was only one set of cameras.
Gotcha.
That could be back, or you can fold it around and be the front.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Because then you could save camera space. I don't like it. That's all I have to say. I don't think there's any...
The specs look pretty decent. It's like an octa-core, 2.8 gigahertz CPU,
So
128 gigabytes for the $349 version,
scroll somewhere.
and then like $499 for the 258, I believe.
So this part of it right here is, unlike Samsung's Galaxy Fold, which had issues with durability early on, Escobar said the phone is much harder to break. And then in quotations, my phone cannot break.
I like that. I like hearing that because that's such a joke, saying that your phone cannot break.
Because I did not have to make a glass screen like Samsung. Did Samsung's foldable screen? I thought it was plastic.
I don't remember, but either way, the fact that he says it's unbreakable
At $350?
throws me off. That makes me think that maybe this is just some kind of publicity stunt or something, because at that price point,
Yeah, so the outside screen is Gorilla Glass, but the inside screen is made of a plastic polymer material. Okay. Does he just not know that the folding screen is plastic? Because I didn't think that the outside glass screen had a problem. I never heard a problem about the outside glass. It was always the folding screen that had problems.
yeah.
Huh.
It'll be interesting to see if this thing ever actually releases. I don't think it's released yet. But
our screen is made of a special type of plastic, probably polymer, and we still have the best resolution. Our special plastic is very difficult to break.
Difficult to break. Sounds
So
like a challenge.
it went from cannot break to difficult to break.
And he also says further down in the article, folding is nice, but also we have special security on the phone. This makes it very difficult for anyone to scan the phone, blah, 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 blah. I will not say that it's 100% secure, but what I will say is that all other phones like Apple and Samsung are 100% open to all governments in the world. We are not. So that's just buzzwords that he's talking about there. If anyone ever tells you anything's 100% secure, which in this case he doesn't, but if anyone tells you anything's 100% secure, you probably shouldn't trust them because it's not. But he throws Apple and Samsung under the bus just to make his company seem a little bit better. But his company's going to have the same issues. Like, come on, dude.
Part of me hopes that they're worse.
What? Samsung and Apple or his company?
His company.
They probably will be.
That's a lot of talk.
But if you do want to get one, go ahead and get one now because the first run is limited to 100,000 phones.
Oh, there'll be factories full of them. Can't get them out. Warehouse is full. Routers.
Seems like every week we have a article about a new folding smartphone, though.
Which is good. Means that we're going to get our $300 smartphone soon.
Yeah, maybe so.
Hopefully.
You almost had it right there.
Hopefully it's made by Motorola, and its name's Razr.
Speaking of $300 smartphone, this video is not sponsored by Motorola, but it could be. This video is sponsored by
Russian apps.
Jmart Media, Nephew Tech, and not Russian apps yet.
Not yet?
Give us a call, Putin.
You definitely know our numbers. Over on routers, Putin signs law making Russian apps mandatory on smartphones, computers, no period.
I did briefly browse this article.
Beats me.
Yeah. And it said that this law is presented as a way to help Russian IT firms compete with foreign companies.
Oh.
I don't really know what that means. I guess that means
compete how?
Like maybe instead of having Microsoft Word, you would have a Russian-built word processor or something like that.
Okay.
But I think it's probably going to have to do with the Russian government having access to your computer. I mean, just a guess there.
So yeah, I think
is that
safe
like
guess.
Is that like yeah, that's what I thought. The article said that the government will come up with a list of Russian applications that would need to be installed on the different devices. I mean, I don't know if I'm reading too much between the lines, but
no, you're not.
Seems like there's going to be going on some government spying there.
About time, Russia. You gotta get on this bandwagon.
Because they haven't been spying already.
Yeah. So do you have your restore points turned on your laptop?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Should I?
Definitely. 100%. I don't know if I have it on this one, so we're going to do a walkthrough. And we're going to risk it all. So it's super easy to find out. First,
Can I move this guy? Yeah.
yeah, there you go. First, you want to see how much space you have on your hard drive.
Okay.
Because by knowing how much space you have on your hard drive, will tell you how much you can have.
Let me see. This PC, I have 103 gigs free.
All right, so this one I got 79.2.
Okay.
Out of 110.
Wow, that's a tiny hard drive.
It's a 110 gig hard drive.
Is that a thing?
That's 120
Yeah.
SSD, yeah. So then we're going to go over to the start menu down here, and we're going to type in restore.
Restore.
And we should get a create a restore point.
Create a restore point. Okay.
And then from here, so my local disk C system protection is off. So I do not have system restore turned on.
Okay, so mine is on. Does that mean that mine is already configured?
Yeah, so if you go ahead and hit the configure button, so I'm going to hit configure.
Okay.
I have my bullet off, so I'm going to turn system protection on.
Okay.
And then down here, the disk space usage, I was using about, I had 79 free out of 110. So I was only using like 30 gigs. So I'm going to set mine to 25%. I'm going to use 25% of my drive for system restore. So as I make changes to my computer, it will somehow remember it, and it will create restore points for me. So if I start boot looping, which eventually this one will, because all computers will, you can restore back. So we're going to hit apply, we're going to hit OK, and then we're going to hit create. And we're going to type first restore point and go ahead and create one. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money from me.
So what is a boot loop?
So Windows 10's been doing this a lot. I was open 2 days yesterday. There we go. It's created. Not 2 days yesterday. 2 days last week.
Yes.
This is how time works. Because of the holidays, I had 2 customers, and then my dad also had the problem with Windows 10 failing an update or something.
Okay.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
All my research hasn't proven anything yet. But something is preventing Windows from updating correctly, as far as I can tell.
Gotcha.
So when you turn off your computer, it tries to install the updates. You turn it on, and it's Windows can't start self-diagnosing. And then you get a blue screen that says Windows cannot repair this PC. And then it gives you a couple options on deleting data or don't deleting data. And that's when you call me. And you lose pretty much. So I can get the personal data off. It's like your files. So like your schoolwork, your pictures, your videos, your music. Those are safe. Those
Gotcha.
are easy.
That's good.
But you got to sit there and reinstall TurboTax, QuickBooks.
So all your applications reinstall.
Office, Chrome. And people don't like that.
Anything stored in Chrome or anything stored in any of those apps is probably gone unless it saves a file, obviously.
Yeah. And so you got to sit there and reinstall your embroidery software and all that fun stuff. And It's a really big pain in the butt, especially if you're a small business owner and it's the laptop that runs your business.
Yeah. And if you have a restore point, you can just roll back the update.
Yep. You just roll it back. You're back up and going.
So instead of reinstalling Windows, I guess.
Yep. So it saves you money and an entire night of reinstalling your programs so that people can use your services again.
Wow.
It's really easy. I don't know why it's not turned on by default. No clue. Because with some computers, so if they get like a 500 gig hard drive or a terabyte drive or 2 terabyte drive, I'll do like 30 to 40%.
Okay.
Unless they have a 500 gig drive and their drive is currently filled at 400 gigs. But I usually look at the free space available and I'll do like a third to a quarter of it. So like mine example was at 110 gigs, 79 free. We're rounding that to 80. So I had 80 gigs free. So like 25% is pretty close to like a quarter to a third.
Gotcha.
That's how I don't actually try to do math. I'm just ballparked.
Yeah.
That's all that matters is that it's kind of close. So Windows 10 updates will automatically create restore points for you, which is great.
Okay.
It's also fantastic to just create one every few months. Got your oil changed? Create an update.
Yeah.
That's how I would recommend it.
Okay.
I recommend it, but I don't do it personally. I just let Windows updates create my restore points.
Gotcha.
I also have 17 computers in this room. That's what it feels like. But yeah, wanted to get that one out there. I'd be on doing a separate video because I kind of want to start doing more videos.
Oh, yeah.
And we all know how that's going.
Yeah.
Working on a different project. So you take photos.
I take some photos.
You take a lot of photos.
Sure, I take a lot of photos.
Yeah, we both take a lot of photos. Facebook tests tool that allows users to export their photos to Google.
Ooh, Google and Facebook are sharing?
That's what
unbelievable.
So Facebook announced today the new tool would allow users to transfer their photos and videos from Facebook to other storage services, starting with Google Photos. So It sounds like they're expanding even farther. So they might do like Flickr if that's still around.
Who owns Dropbox? Does Facebook own Dropbox?
I thought it was its own thing.
Maybe it is. Yeah, it looks like it is its own thing.
Click Dropbox Inc. See if who owns Dropbox Inc.
Yeah.
Because that's how we're going to find out. So it goes on to say the tool itself would be nifty enough, but it's part of a larger endgame that involves Facebook, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Twitter. All the companies are part of the Data Transfer Project, an open source project aimed at, as the name implies, making itself so that all individuals across the web could easily move their data between online service providers whenever they want.
Wow, that's pretty crazy because you rarely hear things like that for a pretty good reason, you know.
So this is like competitors monopolizing with each other.
That's true.
If all of the competitors start working together, because it's not one competitor working with another one. It's Facebook, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Twitter.
All the big ones.
Except Wikipedia. Which they don't got the budget for it.
Yeah. So they could just stomp out all the competition. Although it does say it's an open source project. So I wonder if another third party could also link into that.
So I didn't read the article, and I probably should have. Down here, it's going on to, this tool isn't being offered in a vacuum. Facebook's currently the subject of scrutiny from antitrust regulators worried about its anti-competition tendencies.
Okay.
Actually, that might be the underselling it. The FTC launched an investigation into Facebook in July for this reason, as did the Department of Justice in September. Because, yeah, this is super... So, the problem is I'm kind of okay with it.
Okay with...
the megacorps working together.
In a way, yes. And especially if it's open source. Like, if other services could be built to tie in and get stuff transferred over, I would say that's a good thing.
This is where they just need to all pitch in together and let Apple buy them a giant continent.
and just move there.
And just move there.
Free from all regulation.
Yeah, pretty much. Because, yeah, as long as it's like... As long as it feels open source, I guess. Because it's never going to be really open, I don't think. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty crazy, though, that companies are wanting to share that kind of stuff, because... I mean, I guess it makes sense if it's antitrust regulation that makes them want to share it.
So I'm curious if this is a bigger plan for simple data service spaces. Each company holding the same data for a person. So instead of holding Facebook, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Twitter, 5 copies of you, they can all work together, split the cost 5 ways or something. And then all of a sudden, instead of having all the same information of you 5 times.
That's true. So instead of having to upload a picture to Facebook and then a Facebook to Twitter, you could just upload a picture and share it on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like when you make a Instagram, like I do Instagram posts and then do auto share to Facebook and Twitter.
Yep.
Now there's 3 copies of the same photo.
Yeah.
And if there's a way that all of them access the same data center, then you just cut your data in a third.
I didn't think about that, but that is possible.
Because that
would make a lot of sense, actually.
Oh, this might also help. Here's another paragraph in this article. Steve Satterfield, Facebook's Director of Privacy and Public Policies, says the potential privacy concerns. We've kept privacy and security as top priorities.
Wait, Facebook? The guys that just kept that many passwords stored in plain text? That Facebook?
Not Facebook.
Okay.
All data transferred will be encrypted, and people will be asked to enter their password before the transfer is initiated. I'm going to have my password saved in Google Chrome, so ask as much as you want. He also links to a Facebook white paper where the company, I don't know what that word is, ruminates, sure, on the conundrums and data portability. A paper that acknowledges photos are one of the easiest use cases. It seems clear that people should be able to transfer data, such as photos they've uploaded to a service. I don't know. I kind of think a unified data server is a good idea.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I don't think that's what they're going for here. Reading what he says about data being transferred rather than kind of shared.
So you're saying that they're going to share it instead of...
I'm saying they're going to transfer it, yeah. So you transfer your stuff from Facebook servers to Google servers or to Microsoft OneDrive servers.
Huh.
Just from reading over that article, although you do make a good point about one server.
Would it be better instead of the 5 of them working together for the 5 of them to create another like Wikipedia type company that's like we're a good guy company that holds all user datas? But then you would have to have some type of person that everybody unanimously trusts.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have one person in charge of it all, realistically.
Yeah. I don't think that could happen.
Unless you have like all 5 superpowers somehow of a democratic table.
Steam. You have to link all these things to your Steam account.
Steam account? Oh, please no. Yeah, but my real thing about it was the quality. Because Facebook does such compression, and Google Photos, I have it upload original quality and keep original quality on my cloud because I don't like compression.
Yeah.
I've always hated it. We'll always hate it.
Do you want to show that how do you spell Marquez? Marquez Brownlee?
Oh, yes. I have no idea how to spell that. Sorry, dude.
Now, how do you pronounce it? Marquez? Okay, I've got it here. I can post the link in the doc.
Oh, you got it? Cool.
So, in case you haven't seen this, the video we're about to share, I'll post it at the top, is from Marquez Brownlee. And in this video, he plays music.
Whoa.
A lot of music.
Right.
And he uploads a video to YouTube and then downloads it. And uploads it again, and downloads it again, and uploads it, and downloads it, and uploads it, and downloads it, and uploads it, and downloads it. And every time he uploads it, YouTube compresses the video so that it takes up less storage space, essentially. And part of the compression also reduces the quality of the video.
So I guess this is original, then we could jump in.
So original, like look at the quality, look at the background, look at his face, pretty decent. And then this is further in after it's been compressed multiple times. And this is, does it say what compression?
So this is 500.
Does it say that? Where does it say that? On the top right. Okay. So that's after it's been uploaded, compressed, downloaded, uploaded, compressed, downloaded 500 times. And you can see the quality has reduced quite a bit.
Where's the 1,000?
And there's the 1,000. You can't even tell that that's him. The audio is terrible. And
It's worth
the
watching.
audio is actually desynced too.
Yep.
But if you go to like the 100 or 200th video.
Original.
So there's the original, pretty good quality. Upload 10 is still... Actually, I don't know. Is
That's
that
not
actually the upload
no.
10? No.
Oh, what number is this?
We notice this. Background, for example, they will stay
Or find one that's good. Go back to the left a little bit. Oh.
Not as consistent, so just using straight up YouTube downloader. And looking at the file, you know, of course there's less sharpness, but it generally basically resembles the original file, just the 720p version.
I would recommend just watching it. It's 15 minutes.
Yeah. But even after a few uploads, it still looks pretty good.
Yeah. So here's 5.
Sitting in a room,
The video is actually a pretty good example about how good YouTube's compression is.
Just don't do it 5 times.
Well, 5 times looks pretty decent to me from here. Decent, not great, but decent.
It's pretty bad. Because if you do like that versus... Where's the original at? That versus the original here. I don't know. I think it's a lot tougher.
His face is a little bit sharper.
Watch a video. It's 15 minutes worth the watch. It was pretty good.
But anyway, the compression that Jake's talking about with Facebook, they're compressing your photos,
Yeah.
losing some of that quality.
I say you're losing a lot of that quality.
Especially if you're... I wonder if you're transferring it from service to service, if they would also compress it. Because that could lead to those exact issues, you
Yeah.
know, after you transfer it to multiple services. Lose a lot of your quality that way.
Did you buy a smart TV this week?
I did not buy a smart TV this week.
The FBI doesn't want to talk to you.
Sweet. I didn't want to talk to them either. That is perfect.
Oregon. Wow.
Oregon.
Yeah. Oregon. FBI. FBI Tech Tuesday. All right. FBI says if you own a smart TV, everybody's watching you. They didn't actually admit it. They're just saying it's possible. A number of newer TVs. Oh, you can't see it where our heads are in the way. There we go. A number of new TVs also have built-in cameras. In some cases, the cameras are used for facial recognition, so the TV knows who is watching and can suggest programming appropriately. Do you have any cameras in your TVs? Would you be okay with your TV recommending what you watch by your facial expressions?
Not unless I enabled that feature.
Would you rather it just recommend you by your watch history rather than your facial expressions?
They probably do that already.
Yeah, they definitely do it already.
Certainly Netflix does.
Yep.
And
says,
YouTube.
This is something I didn't know about. There are also devices coming to market that allow you to video chat with grandma in 42-inch glory. Can you do video conferencing on TVs built in? Or are they talking about just plugging in a
I don't know, but you can always plug in a computer
Yeah.
and do it.
That's what I do.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if there are apps out there, like if there's a Skype app for a smart TV.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's worth mentioning that a smart TV is just another computer.
Yeah.
It can get hacked just like any computer. If it has a camera on it, it can do anything that a computer with a camera on it can do.
Yep.
If people can build apps for it, there will be apps out there that are bad for your TV.
Yeah. This feels more like a news article than a FBI.
It really does,
thing.
especially with their wording.
Yeah.
Oregon FBI Tech Tuesday. That doesn't sound like an FBI article right there.
Yeah. It's
That
like,
sounds like a news article.
that television can also be a gateway for hackers. Which is one way
a
to...
gateway.
Yeah, it's a gateway.
One of those catchphrases.
Yeah. A bad cyber actor may not be able to access your lockdown computer directly, but it is possible that your unsecured TV can give him or her an easy way in the back door through your router.
Sounds scary.
How else would they get through the internet to your TV?
Other than the back door?
Through the router.
Through the router.
It says that they can change channels, play with volume, and show your kids inappropriate videos. One of those is not like the other two. In the worst case scenario, they can turn on your bedroom TV's camera and microphone and silently cyber stalk you. Don't put a TV in your bedroom. Says the guy with a TV in his bedroom.
But does your TV in your bedroom have a camera?
No, it's not even a smart TV.
There you go. Unhackable.
It's not a smart TV as far as I know.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't taken it apart.
All right.
Ooh.
Your favorite OS, Windows 7.
It's back. Back
It's
forever.
back. Yep.
Microsoft announced it ain't going to kill it. This was on like 40 different news sites. So I picked one without wildly inappropriate ads on the side.
Nice.
Thanks, every other news site. Ghacks.net. Windows 7 Extended Security Update Program is now available.
Oh, do you have to buy it? Oh, you do have to.
No.
No?
Microsoft will end support for the company's Windows 7 operating system on January 14, 2020. I said it was January 20th, 2020. It's January 14. Sorry to screw you out those 6 days.
Wait, I thought you said they weren't killing it.
They're not. While there are not any official options for home users of Windows 7 to extend support, paid or unpaid, companies and organizations may pay Microsoft to extend support by up to 3 years. Security company Zero Patch revealed that they will release security updates for 7 for free, which is great, but it's not Microsoft, so use it if you want. There is a linky. Customers who have active subscription license for Windows 10 Enterprise E5, Microsoft 365 E5, Microsoft 365 E5 Security, or Windows VDA E5 will receive the first year of Windows 7 ESU is extended security updates. Yes. Support as a benefit, according to Microsoft. Only available to volume licensing customers. So there's a linky down here. Microsoft released an update that verifies whether Windows 7 SP1 or Server 2008 devices can get the extended security updates. All I gotta do is go to Microsoft Update Catalog, download the update. So if we go here, this will show Microsoft's report. Update to verify that eligible Windows 7 Special Package 1 and Server 2008 devices can get extended security updates. So it looks like all you have to do is go down here, go to Microsoft Update Catalog, if you have Windows 7, and then you can get this update for Windows 7 if you have 64-bit, 64-bit, if you have 32-bit, the x86, or if you have the server for some reason, go there. I don't know how to go back without my keys. But from my understanding is that any version of Windows will work. It doesn't have to be enterprise or anything. You can have home or small business or whatever Windows 7 used to have. All you gotta do is install this before a certain date. Where is it? I think you have to install it before January 14th. There's a date somewhere. That might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, looks like you just got to install it before January 14th, 2020. In other words, if you know where to install this update, you can get extended security updates again.
They keep extending it.
You think this is a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing.
Do you think it's a good thing they're making it this hard so that grandma can't do this?
Oh, no, but I also, how long has Windows 7 been out?
Over 10 years.
I think it's past the point where if Microsoft wanted to stop supporting it, that would be fine by me.
Oh, it's barely over 10 years.
Okay.
October 22nd.
Wow. So 10 years in a month.
Yeah.
10 years in a month and a half.
But still, that's 10 years.
And Windows 10's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Which had a free upgrade at a certain point.
I'm pretty much against this at this point. There's still several Windows 7 computers I use. But we're at the point now that I'm not using them in the same way.
Yeah.
Somebody who uses a computer that gets infected would use them. They're as like standalone servers for LANs or something. That's actually what they're all for. They're all just LAN servers.
Yeah.
Because they just always... And updates are actually turned off by default. Or not by default, by me. I went in and turned off Windows 7 updates.
Oh.
So
you're not getting the updates anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that nothing breaks.
Yeah. So nothing breaks. I just want it to sit there and do the same thing it's been doing. That's the goal. I don't want the updates. I just want it to work. It's a LAN computer. There's no internet. The only internet access it has is from another computer that has the internet. So like, I have to get something really bad to get that computer infected. Like that computer infected is no longer the biggest problem I have. Oh, I just wish they'd kill it.
Speaking of big problems to have, millions of SMS messages exposed in database security lapse.
Over on TechCrunch. So this True Dialogue is a SMS company that looks like it's used for corporate. And like big companies. And it's for like employee to employee or from business for advertising.
Okay, so it's some kind of like automated messaging system.
Yes.
Like, for example...
So like if your local community college has mass texting, hey, there was a firearm found in a vehicle, campus closed for 2 hours, like that type of stuff. I think is what this company does.
That seems to be,
my understanding.
Yeah.
Turns out they just left all the SMSs public on the internet. And so everybody who paid for this company is now showing all of their SMSs, including two-factor authentication SMSs and password reset messages. It's a pretty big deal. This wasn't like...
None of the data was encrypted and anyone could look inside, according to TechCrunch. It includes phone numbers and SMS message contents. Database contained information about university finance applications, marketing messages from businesses with discount codes, and job alerts, among other things. And then, like you said, sensitive things, two-factor codes, security messages, resets.
It's pretty bad. And
the data also contained usernames and passwords of True Dialogue's customers, which if used could have been used to access and impersonate their accounts.
I think the worst part about this is that you don't know if your school or work uses them.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I need to check.
Because when you receive it, you just receive it as a text message.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that it came from True Dialogue.
Yeah. This message was brought to you in part by True Dialogue. We don't encrypt.
View it here or on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big goof up on their part.
Because, no business or school or anything is going to be like, hey, you might want to reset your stuff. The company we paid a bunch of money to through your tuition fees and other faculty fees has lost all your data.
Well, they didn't lose it.
They gave it away.
They gave it away.
Just give it away. I never checked to see if we were actually live.
Oh, yeah. We were live on mine. See? Green.
Refreshing because none of my timers are working. All right, we're definitely live on the Mixer. We're 59 minutes in on the Twitch. And we are 59 minutes in on the YouTube.
Excellent. All right. Well, we have one more note.
Project update. It's been like 6 months since there was one. Don't worry, it's not a very big update. The Raspberry Pi. Guess what it has in it?
An SD card?
An SD card.
We got a lot of switches here, which I've been told have been there for...
Since August 26th, I think?
I think you said 22nd.
Oh.
But I could be wrong. A lot of switches. There's a lot more where these came from. There's like 15 or 20 more.
Yeah, I think there's 21 total. Not to brag about how many light switches are in the house.
And there's twice as many light switches as that in the house because none of these are actually plugged up yet.
There's actually more because there's a couple in the garage that are just sitting there for backups. Oh, it's
nice.
the 23rd.
I was closer.
You were under. Yeah.
But not correct.
So, I don't know if we want to do it live since we're at an hour.
Yep.
I can't get it to install.
Okay, Raspbian?
I tried. No, Has.io.
Okay.
I tried for like 3 hours this morning.
Gotcha.
And I gave up. And now I'm begging for help.
Has the camera been shaking like that the whole video because of the 3D printer?
Whoa, I just realized it. I don't think so. I don't know. Earthquake. Cool. I think we might end it.
Yep. Sounds good to me. We will see you next week.
Same spider time, same spider channel.
Yeah. Have a good weekend. I know it's not close to the weekend yet, but when it is,
Oh, it'll be the weekend.
have a good weekend.